Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Good Times and Finish Lines. My name is John,
I'm Aiden.
and we don't have Ryan this week, so he already did a video about F1 with a lot going on. Obviously, Hulkenberg getting his first podium, Christian Horner out at Red Bull. So we'll kind of be spending more time in the other series this week. Um, but first off, all three of us went and saw the F1 movie together last Thursday. So we will be giving our impressions on that. So let's get rolling. Aiden, what was your overall impression of the F1 movie?
It was a great movie, a great time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I loved it a lot. It was, oh man. That montage scene when the Don Toliver song came on, that was a great montage. That was probably my favorite part of the film, to be honest.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
mm,
Man, that movie had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I gotta say, not a single boring part. Um, the final scene, oh my gosh. I did not think they were going to be able to pull that off. Um, yeah.
it's hard.
Great camera quality, great sound. Yeah, I no complaints here. This is probably that was it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great time at the theater.
Mhm.
I loved every second of it.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Okay, so shifting gears. So let's talk a little NASCAR. We had a little bit of road course action past couple weeks. The Chicago Street Course and Sonoma both won by none other than Shane Van Gisbergen. I mean, I figured he would win one race this year, but three straight on the road courses. I mean, first person to do that, or only second person to do this ever, and the first since Jeff Gordon in the late '90s when he was unstoppable just about everywhere. So, wow, um, that's all I can say. He's really putting the rest of the field to shame out there. Um, and yeah, he is just tremendous. He's a tremendous road racer. Um, a lot of people were saying maybe at Sonoma he wouldn't have quite as big of an advantage because the two wins he had before that this year were at Mexico City, which was new on the NASCAR schedule this year, and Chicago, which he won at in 2023, which was when it was new on the NASCAR schedule. But no, he's just lights out whenever they're turning left and right. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Um, yeah,
He's unstoppable.
he is. He most certainly is. A couple other good runs I want to shout out. Chase Briscoe at Sonoma yesterday, finishing second. Going into the weekend, he said it was one of his worst tracks, but he did great. He was pretty much maybe the only guy who had the pace to match SVG all day. Um, he did say um, that he took some. Well, so he's in that 19 car for the first time. He was formerly with the Stuart Haas racing team that uh, shut down. And yes, that is co-owned by Gene Haas, the same guy who owns the Haas Formula One team. Um, but he's since gone to the Joe Gibbs Racing number 19, and it seems like he's been able to pick up a lot of the habits that their former driver Martin Truex Jr. Had, and he's been able to run well at the tracks that Martin ran well at. Like Martin won at Sonoma four times, and Chase ran really well there today. I'd expect the 19 team to be. I don't know if they'll be super strong, but I think they'll be pretty strong at Dover too, because that was another great track for Martin Truex Jr. in the 19 car. So anyway, other good runs. Spire Motorsports has brought good speed the last couple weeks. Michael McDowell, I believe, won the first stage at Chicago, but then had some mechanical issues. But he finished fourth at Sonoma. Justin Haley finishing the top 15, I think. And then Carson Hocevar was running well too at the end of Sonoma. And he had speed at Chicago too, but both times he ended up wrecking. But he's a young driver. He's kind of prone to doing that, so that'll happen. But that team has definitely brought some solid speed. The in-season tournament, the 32 seed, bottom of the order, is still in the hunt. Ty Dillon um, got by Alex Bowman in the final corner at Sonoma, and he is still in the hunt for the $1 million. He is going up against 12 seed John Hunter Nemechek, and the other matchup is 23 seed Tyler Reddick versus 6 seed Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs, another guy who has been running well at the road courses the past couple weeks. So we're headed to Dover, Monster Mile. I will be there. Super excited. Always a fun time at that track. I'll be going to the Cup Series race for the first time. I've always just done the Saturdays because it's usually interfered with school, but this time it doesn't. So really looking forward to that. Okay. So Aiden, there have been some rumblings about the NASCAR schedule. So did you get to see any of the Chicago street race?
Yeah, I saw the big pile up on like lap 3. That
Yeah.
was crazy.
Oh
So the
yeah.
dude called the other guy basically an idiot
Hmm.
for what's happened. He's pretty pissed at him.
Yeah. Um, so there is rumor that Chicago, the street course, may not be on the schedule next year, but it will be replaced with a street race in San Diego. That would be interesting. NASCAR does need to fill the Southern California market. There is rumors that the Chicago street race date will be filled by an oval that NASCAR used to race in for many years in the Chicago area. So they will almost certainly see staying in that market no matter what. So that's good for NASCAR. So, and there has also been some debate about the number of the road courses. So there are currently 6 out of 36 races. I mean, Aiden, what do you think? Is that too many? Is that not enough? Is that a
I
good
mean, if
number?
we're going based off what other series doing, that's pretty limited. I'll say, considering the trend that F1 and IndyCar have been going for, which is getting rid of like traditional racetracks and just having them go
Yeah.
on like a year-on-year basis to switch them out for like road courses that stay every year.
Yeah. So thing about that, um, well, F1 has always been a road course racing series.
Yeah,
But IndyCar,
they kind of
it
do a hybrid of it.
yeah. The problem with NASCAR going to road courses is the traditional fans. There are a lot of fans that have been in the sport for many, many years, decades even, and they're not necessarily a fan. They they're still they would still rather have kind of the days of where you kind of start at your local short track, work your way up, work on your own cars. Um, that is becoming less achievable though, especially with the next gen car being a spec car. The charter system kind of creating a pretty big barrier to entry. Like I said last week, a 2 car team, Rick Ware Racing, that has never been super competitive, did sell for $100 million, and I think like 80% of that was just the 2 charters to run those cars. So that so NASCAR is moving away from sort of the traditional um, racetracks and just the old way that the sport used to be run.
Yeah.
I feel like so. 30 ovals to six road courses may seem like a pretty big difference, but the styles of racing at those 30 ovals are pretty different. Like you have six that are a mile or um, shorter, where the cars are they're kind of closer together, a lot more contacts. Then you have six where like Daytona and Talladega. Well, okay, I guess not six tracks, but six races. Three at, or no, two at Daytona, two at Talladega, two at Atlanta now, where they're all kind of running in a pack, using the draft to and other aerodynamic advantages to make moves. And that's kind of become a newer trend. Um, and I don't really know how many, and the rest is sort of filled by 1 to 2 ovals that are between 1 and 2 miles. Like Dover this week, it's 1 mile. Um, but there are some interesting tracks like Pocono. I guess Pocono's 2.5, but it's a triangle. Um, and Darlington and Gateway, they're kind of egg shaped. So I mean, there are definitely some differences there, but it does. But based on like what we see with IndyCar, it does kind of seem like they should have maybe a little more of a balance. Um, I do think maybe trying something totally, or well, not totally new, but maybe going back to like a dirt track. They did that for a couple of years. It didn't pan out. Um, or just, yeah, just something, another type of racing that can that could be on the schedule, just to sort of show that the drivers have to adapt to a variety of different conditions, and to show that it is hard to win in NASCAR, and it is. Um, but I mean, maybe some more road courses would maybe decrease Shane Van Gisbergen's chance of dominating. Um, so anyway, that's just my opinion. Um, yeah, I think sort of like like the smaller road courses like Chicago, or like road courses with more barriers like Watkins Glen, suit NASCAR well, because it sort of makes the racing tighter, allows it to be more competitive. Um, and I know they were chaotic, but I actually thought in the races at the Indianapolis road course they did for a couple of years were entertaining, to say the least. So that's just what I think. Some of the more traditional road courses like Road America, um, the full layout of Circuit of the Americas, they ran a shortened layout this year, and I think the racing on there on the shortened layout was better than the full layout, although the full layout was solid. Um, and Sonoma, I think the racing was pretty close, but I mean, one guy did kind of almost lead the whole race, so more opportunities to shake things up at a street course or a smaller road course, I think is good. That's the kind of tracks, the road courses I think NASCAR should stick with. Okay, so we talked about IndyCar a little bit. So we finally have some new winners. Scott Dixon getting the win at Mid Ohio, KG veteran, and last weekend the Iowa doubleheader. Pato O'Ward won the first race, but Alex Palou got his seventh win in 13 races in the second race. Man, I don't know what else to say about
I
Palou.
mean,
I mean, I thought you know, Indy's a can be a crapshoot sometimes. Maybe it wouldn't be, maybe that was a bit of a fluke. It wasn't really a fluke, but Indy is hard to predict, so anyone could have won that race. But Iowa is kind of a track where like the Penske cars will um off or will have a pretty big advantage, or well, I mean, actually not this year, or guys like O'Ward or David Malukas in the will be always be fast at ovals in the AJ Fort car, Connor Daly for Hunkos Hollinger, but no, still Palou getting the win.
I
Um,
mean, yeah, he should have won Ohio too, but he made a mistake on like one of the final turns. I mean, that's what cost him.
yeah,
Scott Dixon got through off that one mistake.
yeah,
Just shows how fast that can go away.
yeah, I know. Um, Also, uh, Chevrolet finally has a win with Pato in the first race. Can't believe they've only won one out of 13 races. That's shocking. And not only that, but Honda might even leave IndyCar in the coming years, which makes no sense since they're dominating this much. But you know, it, that's motorsports. I did see there was a hard crash with Aero McLaren driver Nolan Siegel. Were you able to see that?
No, I don't think I saw this one, sadly. I mean, I hope everybody's okay, but
Yeah,
I don't think I
yeah.
saw anything on it.
Yeah, so Siegel was not cleared to race in the Sunday race. He or with he was showing concussion symptoms. It was announced that Linus Lundqvist, the IndyCar Rookie of the Year last year, who somehow was out of a ride this year, will fill in for him if he is not cleared to race at Toronto next time out.
Oh, John, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
Did you see the giant tornado outside the track?
I did see that on the news. Yeah. Man, that that was close.
Had to cancel the Friday session for that.
Yeah. Oof. Uh, yeah. Well, hey, the race cars actually would have driven it away. Vortex theory. That's
Those aerodynamics would have been crazy.
yeah. Um, yeah. I feel like there was something else. Oh yeah. Too bad Ryland's not here to talk about this. The Thermal Club is gone from the schedule. He hated
Oh,
that track.
it's not a good track. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst on the schedule.
Yeah.
I'm shocked it lasted this long on it. You know,
It's well, was it? Oh, wasn't it only 2 years, or was it three?
I'm honestly shocked it lasted 3 to be real.
Yeah.
That track was not good. All the drivers hated it. It just wasn't good overall. And there
Yeah.
were like no fans there at all.
That
And just
that
after what happened this past year with the cable going out on track, it's just, yeah, rough.
the shape of that track is insane. I mean, it's like the number three. I mean, yeah, just something really doesn't look right there.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, I guess that's about it.
oh wait, we gotta do, hold it. You want to do the predictions of Spa for the F1 race?
Okay, so that was a Mercedes track or a Mercedes win last year. Or well, should have been a Mercedes one too, but George Russell was underweight. Um, but yeah, I don't really know who to go with. I mean, Norris is pretty fast. I mean, he could easily get it. I mean, wouldn't be surprised to see Oscar get it either. I believe he was second last year. Um, I don't really know outside of McLaren's. I don't really know if anyone could else could win. Because unless Verstappen has a bounce back, maybe the new team principal is a shot out in the arm for that team. Maybe not, but yeah, I I'd say one of the McLarens probably.
I think I'm going to go one of the McLarens too. I think I'll go Norris probably,
Eh,
just because he's been on a strong run.
yeah, I, I like that pick too. Um, yeah. So speaking of, so back to IndyCar for a second. Um, do you suppose if so for the FIA does if an I know IndyCar champions are eligible for F1, but do you have to like win the IndyCar championship the year before, or can you just be an IndyCar champion from any time?
To get the super license, you need 40 points. And in IndyCar, that's like the hardest series to do it in on the point standards because you need 40 of them. In IndyCar, you basically have to win as much as Polo is winning now to be able to qualify for it,
Hmm.
which is crazy.
Well, say he does qualify. Do you think he takes the Cadillac seat next year? Well, I know we kind of talk about this a lot, but it seems uh, that he's on that trajectory. Or well, I mean, it seems like the Cadillac wants to go with an IndyCar guy, and it sounds like it's going to be Valtteri Bottas in the other seat. So, I mean, if they're going to go with an IndyCar guy, I mean, I think they would have to go with Palou, right?
Yeah, but I think I remember seeing something that saying Polo doesn't want to go and just waste his time there in IndyCar. I mean, in F1, sorry.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't want to
mean,
go waste his time on a losing team, even though he's winning so much now. Like, there's no point in him leaving because of how good
yeah,
he's doing.
yeah. I mean, I saw that too. Um, I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
he's
who are
not
their other
wrong.
options? I mean, for Cadillac, I mean, they could just go an all veteran lineup with Bottas and Perez. I mean, that'd be an interesting lineup. I mean, those guys have both been in dominant teams, so they can give plenty of valuable feedback. But I'm not sure
I,
those guys are gonna like win races.
I don't think they're trying to win races. I think they want to learn as much as they can with the new regs. And I think going
Yeah,
with a rookie might be a wrong choice. I mean, there's no right choice, but I think the veterans are the safer option, especially for like the first couple of years. And then
yeah,
maybe take a chance on a rookie.
yeah, maybe.
Because it's not every day you have a new team join the grid.
Mm, that's true. Yeah. So would it probably just be Perez and Bottas then?
That's what I'm going with. I would think
Okay.
Paris and Bottas get the seats.
That would be that would be a good lineup, I feel like. I mean, those guys have I mean, they weren't the guys winning all the races, but I mean, I'm sure Valtteri can bring plenty of info from when he was at Mercedes with Lewis, and Sergio can do the same thing from when he was at Red Bull with Max. So I don't I don't see how that could really go wrong.
I don't think it would really go wrong. I mean, they're
Yeah.
not. I don't think they're trying to get a win for the first like 3 years. I mean, it would be nice if they could do, but I highly doubt they
Yeah.
will.
First year they
But
should probably just focus on trying to get points.
yeah, just trying to not be dead last, I would say, and
Yeah.
figuring out the regulations. Those should be fun to shake up the whole field.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see who adapts first. Will it be McLaren again or will it be McLaren since they seem to if will they follow the pattern that Verstappen and Red Bull did, or will somebody else break through? Will it maybe be Aston with Adrian Newey designing the car? Will it be Ferrari taking a big gamble on Lewis Hamilton? I mean, I don't know. Hey, maybe
A
it can even
lot
be
of
Audi with how crazy good Hulkenberg's running. So,
who knows, a lot's up in the air right now.
yep, exactly. Okay, I guess one last thing we can talk about the World Endurance Championship. I saw Cadillac got their first ever win in Sao Paulo.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that too. That's kind of crazy because they get pole or like top five in qualifying and then always never finish on the. They just never win
yeah,
somehow. It's crazy.
yeah. Oh, and they got a 1-2 nonetheless. Um, yeah. Uh, you know, it seems like I thought it was going to be like Ferrari dominating that series, but no, I guess. I mean, Ferrari's still dominating overall, but I guess those guys could have a good run here and there, and the Porsches too. They were third and fourth. They've been solid. With Cadillac winning, I wonder maybe if they're chipping away at Ferrari's lead in the manufacturers' points. That'll be interesting to watch later in the year.
That's a good story to follow.
Yeah. Um, okay, I think that about sums it up. So the next races um, we have for each series, Formula One is obviously in Spa, but that's not till the 27th. We have IndyCar in Toronto, and
Over.
yes, NASCAR in Dover, and then Indy after that, with the finale of the in-season tournament. So yeah, I'm super excited for Dover. I will definitely take some pics and videos. Maybe I can share them on the show. Um, yeah, so I think that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to leave a comment. We might read them on the show. And like our video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.